Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you're okay. I'm just doing more animating and stuff. I thought because I'm doing this small sequence I should just try and finish it off on stream. The thing is, at the moment, it's like I think Blender might be low on frames when I'm trying to stream this at the same time, which is quite amusing. Oh, let's see. Not too bad at the moment. Okay, so what I'm going to try doing here is try doing a couple more bits this animation because I need it to actually have a little bit more feeling. Just going to, from about, where is it? From here, this is what I was on about in chat. Jesus Christ, that face. I don't like faces just looking like this, so I'm going to have to edit it. Because I need blinking and other things. Because the emotion in it, there's none. It's goneless. Oh. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set up my blinking. The eyes, I've already tracked them, so they look kind of okay with the position. It's more or less just the blinking and everything else. I've already done the mouth as well. What we'll do is go to the eye controls here and we'll do about 3 frames to the blink. I love it if you go the other way, I just look absolutely terrifying. So yeah, I don't know whether you guys can hear, but I've got some other stuff going on in the background at the moment. Thought I'd put on some random stuff. It was going to be orchestral, but then I ended up putting Naps the Blues theme on first, so... Here we go. So... I need to do a lot of blinking here. Because none of this looks right without it. Well, normally... when I do this, it's a lot of guesswork. Because I just figure you have a couple of blinks here, a couple of blinks there to break it up so it doesn't look so crazy. Music and animation stream, says Proof. Hey Proof, how you doing? Okay, so to about there. We'll do a double blink here. Normally, what I'll do is I'll do like a blink, then leave it a little bit, and then do a double. It's very apparent when you've seen a lot of the animation. How is it on your end, says Proof? It's good, it's good. Nice weather and everything, so... no, I need to go and switch over the music. So that was Naps the Blues theme by Camex. It's a remix of it. I'm just going to put on the orchestral stuff now from... Malcolm Robinson music. Here's where it gets copyright striked or something. There we go. I need a double there. So that changes roughly about there. So now we've got this section. There we go. Save that a little bit. I need Toriel to blink in here a little bit as well. Is this the bit with the Froggit? I actually don't mind the jumping animation that I've got right now. So the idea is when you're in game, you run into this bit and encounter Froggit. Now for people who were here, I think the other day when I was doing this, you'll have seen bits of this, but I managed to get a lot of it done. We've now got the Whimsum here, like, chilling out with Froggit here, and they fly up and down. I just realized this might be really loud. It's really loud, and it's depressing because it's waterfall, so we'll put on... What have we got? We'll put on the runes. There we go, that's better. So yeah, with this bit, the Whimsun float up and down, they're flying. I've got the one in the background that's flying around in circles. Here. Best part about this is it's got its own like animation track, and that is animated and parented to something else, so it moves up and down and banks a little bit. So it's got a little bit more to it than just going around in circles up and down. Yeah, basically we've got the following still from the previous scene. And we got Froggit coming over to say hi. And this is where I was on about the other day, where a lot of yesterday was trying to figure out how the shot would go down. It's kind of like when you see people on a movie set, or like when they're trying to set up for movie shots and they go and scout the location. In this case, it's like I like setting up the environment just a little bit with the characters and everything, and then scouting to see what are the best shots and then trying to get ideas for it. So this one has a little bit more cutting in than I would like, and I need to fix Toriel's garb at the front there. I just remembered this bit. Round about here, her leg just about clips through there. So I need to fix that. But yeah, we got this going on where Froggit comes to say hi. The Whimsun are now rotated face towards me. Then we've got the whole bit of just trying to say hi. And then what we're going to have is, because Toriel interrupts and does the overprotective mum thing here, we're going to have her do the kind of like the excuse me, kind of cough in the background. And then have the Froggit just jump away. And you can see her looking at it like, what are you doing? And then you got me doing the animation from the previous bit with the dummy again. That's that's sort of stereotypical, I'm not quite sure what's going on here, I'll just give my head a little bit of a scratch kind of thing. So we got that going on. Yeah, we'll fix up Toriel's dress now, because I don't want to have that clipping. Which frame is it? It's like there we go. The leg clips through it, This is only going to be a short stream compared to some of the other ones, primarily because like I wanted to do this a little bit and just focus on the facial expressions and a couple of other things. It's not too bad. I just need that there to be raised up just a little bit more. And then down at the foot. So, oh, no. It's gonna have to go like that, so hopefully. Ah, no, it still does it. Like a single frame afterwards. It pops there and then it goes back in, so I'm gonna need to edit just around there. Because I've mentioned this before about how I do this all by hand without any cloth sim or whatever, so we'll just pull that bone forward slightly and then rotate it. There we go. Hopefully. Oh. I said hopefully that shouldn't give us any problems, and then next minute we're already having problems. So maybe if I go back here and pull that bone forward slightly. Oh, it's not letting me now. Okay. So we'll just rotate it a little bit more than we need to. We'll do one underneath. And then... there we go. I think we're good now, as long as it... Yep. And it doesn't look out of place. Okay. I just realized the music's gone off as well, because it's not on repeat. Go on, I'll put Deltarune's stuff on again. Hey, Apocalyptic. Nice to see you again. So yeah, we got this going on. There we go. It looks so much better with... maybe I need a head tilt there. I might... actually, I know what's going on. I need the hoodie to be... slightly reacting here. Because what I'm doing is I'm leaning over, but those bits of the hoodie are not moving how they would normally, so I've got to compensate for that. So about there is where they'd be hanging normally, so if we just move these out here. Let's see what that looks like. Because they're going to go back anyway in that scene. Okay. So I figure I need a head tilt there. Just slightly. Looks like I might already have one tiny bit. Maybe not then. Maybe I can just get away with Toriel blinking here and then call it a day. Why can't I select her model there? There we go. Okay. No, I haven't. Apocalyptic. Right, so we're gonna do close there. Ah, there we go. So I can't close them all the way because of how the eyes are set up. I can only go to there, really, and even then it's because of how everything's done. I'm gonna need to be incredibly careful here. So we got, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th, I think is when it should be open again. I got like this sweet spot for blinking. And if it's not done right, it looks bad. Okay. We got do 2 here from 912. There we go. That's not looking too bad. Then we'll copy that down to about here. We'll do that again here. We'll do a double. One after the other. Did that not do it though? Ah, there we go. And then I might finish up with the... I might finish up with the smiling blink at the end here. Love that. I just need to make sure when Toriel's tilting her head, how far is she tilting it? Because I might be able to do some... I was gonna say I might be able to do something with her ears. Because you can pose her ears in different ways to have her emoting. Let's just check on the third shot here. So we got starting from about here. Into about there is when we can have him slightly emote. Normally what I like doing is having them just flowing just a little bit like her, so what we'll do is we'll have this one be like slightly back here. We'll just do that and see what that looks like. Ah, that needs to be more that way, just to look a little bit different. And then we can do this with it when she's moving her head again, because she's moving her head back into quick position. And because of that, we can animate it kind of doing this thing where it's almost like it's flowing. Again, I imagine the ears a lot like her in the way that it reacts, so it's gonna sort of have that motion of reacting after something's been moved just a little bit. Let's have a look. There we go. That's what I meant. It's got that like that flowing motion through it when you look at it there. But to offset that, I also need to do it the other way when it gets to the end. So we've got to then go this way. Just a tiny bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. And then we put it back to its default position. No. About there is where its default position should be, so then we need to grab that frame and put that at 120. If we watch this through now, we got there we go. That looks so good. Now, it's like, I know people turn around and be like, why don't you just physics sim it? It's like, I don't trust physics sims that much, so I prefer having full control over it with keyframes. So with that one. For there. Right, that needs to be in that position. About there, I reckon. Like, a lot of this stuff, people will hardly recognize, you know, what the hell is a physics sim? Okay, so, obviously physics is the natural sort of thing of seeing stuff fall, you know, or implementing physics in something. So say, like, for instance, in a video game, physics are normally controlled for, like, in Half-Life, you have the Havoc physics engine, where you can pick up barrels and throw them and they work how you'd expect. And a lot of video games do the same with, like, cloth, where I think it was the first time I saw it implemented properly with cloth was, like, Mirror's Edge. For anyone who's familiar with that one, when they released it on PC, it's like they made it so cloth and fabric and stuff reacted how you would expect it in real life. Well, doing a physics sim is basically like that, where you try to get the actual program to calculate how it would react, and then try and make it look like it would in real life. But the thing is, it's like, you spend hours just messing around with different tools like this that are a bunch of, like, check boxes and numbers, and just trying to get the sim or simulation looking as good as it can. Whereas I prefer just doing it with bones this way, because it gives me full control over it, and I can have a little bit more exaggerated motion in it. You know, because the characters are slightly cartoony anyway, so I figure I can get away with that. Like, for instance, here with tutorials, here, I think we can get away with this. Of having it just do this slightly when she turns this way. There we go. Maybe a little bit less here. Just a tiny bit less, though. See how it's going out that much there? I honestly don't think it would, so we're going to have to potentially bring down how much I've exaggerated that. And then when she turns here, you kind of get that that motion out of it that you would expect with, like, her. Or if you've ever seen someone with, like, long hair moving, like, really long hair, you'll know it more or less flops around like that, so... Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that go out again just a tiny bit. And then we'll track it to its natural position at about 120 like the other one. Oh no, it's going to be 140 instead then. Okay, there we go. So that's looking pretty natural now, so if we can look at this sequence, I'll just get rid of the transform there. At the moment, if I just zoom in here, this is what we got on camera. So we got this segment. I'm going to watch it from the beginning and just chill, because this is what's going to be shown. Obviously without the UI elements and stuff, but it's going to be slightly... messed up because of the frame rate, but it gives you kind of an idea of what I'm going for. Now the only thing is, I'm hyper like focused on just making the characters' motions look good, but at the moment her hands don't look as though they're in a natural position. Maybe if I rotate them slightly. Because they're in more of a video game style pose at the moment, where they're just flat by her side with no animations, or like with hardly any. So I figure to make them look a little bit more natural and organic, we turn these hands slightly inwards. We don't have to move the actual fingers or anything too much. It's more just a case of the positions of everything when it's being rendered out in that last frame. I'm just kind of... If you see me looking over to the right here, it's because I've got all three screens on right now. Left over here is where you guys are. Then I've got the middle here where Blender is, and then right is the actual preview thing for Blender where I can see it in big screen. Okay, so let's... It might be the way that I've got her arms going down, because her arms are okay there, but I think it's because there's no residual motion. There's no like extra sort of thing showing the weight of her arms moving, so maybe... Hang on. If I take like 20 frames here to just try and ease this a little bit. See if I can get a hand in a decent position. See what this looks like. Okay, it clips through her slightly there. I need to adjust that. It needs to go to about there. There we go, that's not too bad. Same with the other arm. I need the other arm to be down a little bit. Here. Because the final pose I've got her in is supposed to be kind of like a relaxed one. Problem is, it might not be too good, and if it's not too good, I might have to put her in a default pose. Because at the moment, when we look at this now, she goes from being angry to like this, and I wanted to have her arms down to show that she's just a little bit relaxed. The problem is that it's not working out, so I might have to have her in one of her more traditional sort of poses where she's got her hands like this. I'm just kind of rewinding through some of the animation right now just to see what's going on. See if I can find a good pose that I've got her in. That's kind of what I was going for. The problem is she still doesn't look too natural there, but it doesn't matter because of the shot. All the happy faces that we have like that. Oh god, they're so cute. Okay. This is all the walking through the ruins bit. What I might have to do is open up another Blender file and copy a default pose and see if that works. Because I can just copy it into the buffer. Like, unless I cut the camera there, but there's no real reason to. I've already got, like, plenty of camera cuts here. We've got, like, what, 3 or something? 1. 2. 3. And there's going to be another one. 4. So normally what I'll do is I'll do camera cuts like that if I'm either trying to focus on something else, or if I'm finding it a little bit awkward to do it all in one shot, because I try and do quite a few one shots so it's not jumping around all the time. The idea is to make sure that it's not too awkward to watch and that you kind of know what's going on at all times. Without it being really awkward to keep track of stuff. Let's see. If I give her the smiling face at the end here, will that work? Out there. The best part about this is I'm so close to getting all of the ruins done here. It's incredibly close, and I can't wait because then I'll be quite a lot of the way through the animation. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll try the happy eyes. And we'll see whether that looks any good. So we'll just go, oh crap. Do a preview here. Then we'll try that. And then what I'm going to do is render this off, obviously, later on to see how it looks properly. Because I've got the blinking, I've got the eye tracking. Her eyes actually shut there. For a moment that they didn't look shut, I was like, oh, that looks creepy. Hopefully, there we go. I can even, while we're here like this, because I need to change the lighting anyway for this sequence, because this is the final. Well, this is supposed to be final lighting, but I've got to edit it in this area. I'm going to have to edit lights over here because I've got the mushrooms that emit it. Where is it? Where are they at? I just got to find them in here because of how much I'm using on screen. Where is it? Foliage. No. Although that is cool. Animate water. No. Spikes, levers. Ah, there we go. Mushrooms. So at least now we can see where the light sources are. It lights up the room a little bit, so what I'm going to have to do is go through and tweak this scene now so that the lighting is going to be on this side, because I normally have fake lights that do this in the scene where I'll have them placed to basically simulate this. So I'm going to have, like, probably one on that Whimsum in the background, maybe the Froggit and the other Whimsum here, because the edge lighting will make a hell of a lot of difference. It's like we can see that in the beginning here that I've actually done. This is the stuff that actually has that edge lighting in that I've been doing for quite a while, that I've been hyping up. And here you can see how it's kind of faked here with... There's a couple. I switch it here. There's like 4 fake lights per character, and that's just to get every single angle pretty easy. So I won't have them all on, but I will switch between them and move them around to try and emulate lighting here. So we can see it a little bit better as we go through this bit where we can see it going off tutorial there. I've even got another light over here, because I've got one purple on one side, or purpley pink, and then I've got another one that's white here, and the reason for that is because the area is that dark naturally that to get the lighting to look even a little bit decent on her, I've got to light her up from 2 different angles, because otherwise it'll just look way too dark on one side of her face. Hang on, where is it? There's one bit that there we go. So I was enjoying this bit, because you can see the light coming from this side, because there's mushrooms there. But the light on this side is just about there. You can see it on this side, just lighting her up a little bit. And then as she goes past it, it reacts to her, but it's really cool to see that kind of stuff. I just need to see whether the water actually works here. Is it that one? No. I don't remember which button here actually brings the water out, because I've hidden everything in like different, there we go, in different files. You can just about see the water in some shots. But yeah, as you can see, that's what I'm going for, is this edge lighting around the characters. You can even see it on Moody in the background here. But the edge light there really makes the characters look cool, and shows you where the light is in the environment. In here, this is where we go through a little bit of a dark corridor, so you can see Toriel's kind of not lit up as well. She's only in it for a little bit. Now we've got to do the Arthur meme there. As you can see, she's pretty well lit up here. I actually like that. That's where she's doing the training dummy bit. Obviously not going to show all of this off, but it is cool being able to do all that lighting and have the characters look real good. I just need to do that in this room to make sure that everything stays consistent, and then later on we've got to do a lot more. I've got to do the end of this area, and then it moves on to the other section down here. So it's not too bad. But it's actually kind of cool moving through this environment like this and seeing it done like this as well, because of other people's interpretations of it. Reminds me, while I'm here, I need Whimsum's body material to be two-sided. Might be that one? Yep, there we go. Because that doesn't have backface culling, that's fine. I'm going to have to do that with the other ones. So backface culling, for anyone who doesn't know, is it's not rendering, like if I click backface culling on, what it's doing is it's not rendering something that isn't, that's only in one direction. So for instance, over here, there's a material for the character's mouth, which you can only see from the front. But because we're not looking at the front, it culls it. But with backface culling off, what we're saying is, look, we know we're not looking directly at it, but do us a favor and don't cull that. You know, so now we can actually look at the character without having to worry about seeing through him into the wall, which I highlighted in, I think, the last stream where I was like, oh god, I need to fix this. Oh, took away the level though. Take away those elements that I'm okay here, and then we're good. I think in one of the other sequences I made Froggit's material for him a little bit more reflective or slimy looking, but for this one it doesn't really matter too much. I say that, here's where I go end up making it look glossier in a little bit. So I'm kind of happy with this now. What I'm thinking of doing is when I've lit the environment around here properly, or the characters, then I can figure out whether I'm going to do the material switching with Toriel, because what I have is in some of the other instances of her moving around, I've got this unique thing with her eyes. Where is it? Where her eyes actually have a shader that you can play with to make them glow a little bit. The idea is when it's darker, that's when her eyes kind of glow, almost like, you know, sort of like a cat or something, how they're able to see at night. I thought maybe I can do that, you know, because it looks pretty cool. It makes sure that it looks like the eyes have still got life in them instead of them looking dull under low light, you know, lighting conditions. So I figured I'd do that to kind of make her eyes look really cool. But they do look intimidating in certain bits as well, so I've got to kind of be careful of how I use that. So hopefully when I've lit this area and I've lit her and made this section all good and finalized, then I can decide on whether that's what I'm going to do or not. I think what we'll do is we'll cut that there, and then we'll jump cut to the next bit. If anybody's on the Discord, you'll have seen my plans for this. The idea is to jump cut right at the end here. So I'm going to have to do like a little bit of a walking animation here, and then jump cut. And then we're up to the more interesting and final bits of the ruins, and then it's home. So it's going to be fun. We're almost done. I'm only picking out like really important parts of the story to do, but like the ones that I do, hopefully everybody will enjoy when it's out. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by, and I appreciate the company. Bye!